Imagine inventing money, becoming one of the richest people alive, and then vanishing into thin air. That's the story behind Bitcoin's mysterious creator, Satoshi Nakamoto. In 2008, Satoshi published a 9-page document called the Bitcoin White Paper. By 2009, Bitcoin was live. And just 2 years later, poof, gone. No goodbye party, no farewell post, just vanished. But before disappearing, Satoshi mined just about 1 million Bitcoin, and that stash today, tens of billions of dollars. And at today's prices, hundreds of billions of dollars. But here's the twist, those coins have never been touched. He literally disappeared richer than Bill Gates. However, he never flexed on social media. Legendary. And here's why it matters. Satoshi's disappearance actually made Bitcoin even stronger. No leader, no central control, just a network that belongs to everyone. It turned Bitcoin into the people's money, not some CEO's empire. Back in 2009, Bitcoin wasn't worth much more than monopoly money. The first transactions were merely just geeks sending money back and forth just to test out the system. Then came the famous pizza purchase. In 2010, a programmer paid 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas. And today, those pizzas would be worth over $1 billion. That's the most expensive pepperoni in history. And you can see it right here on these pictures. Imagine sending a friend 10,000 Bitcoins for some pizza and then realizing you sent over $1 billion for it. Oops. As Bitcoin spread, so did the attention. The forums lit up. Early adopters started hoarding coins. While some called it digital gold, others called it a scam. And slowly, Bitcoin started to transition from a weird internet experience to a real financial alternative. A currency outside government control. A system built on math you can trust, not politicians in suits. Next, let's talk about the mystery of Satoshi. So here's the wild part. The creator of Bitcoin, only known as Satoshi Nakamoto, just simply vanished. One day, he's emailing developers, fixing bugs, and then one day, just poof, no goodbye, no farewell pizza party, just gone. Imagine creating something that changes the world, and then ghosting harder than your Tinder date. No one knows who he, she, or they actually were. Some say a Japanese genius. Others think it was a group of cryptographers. Some conspiracy theories say that the CIA cooked it up. And if it was the CIA, then Bitcoin is the only government project that came under budget. Satoshi's identity doesn't matter as much as the legacy he left us with. Money that's not controlled by banks or governments. And that's why people got hooked. Bitcoin wasn't just a new coin, it was a new movement. And unlike politicians, Bitcoin actually keeps its promises. 21 million coins, no bailouts, and no, oops, we printed too much money. And now let's talk about the most fun conspiracy in finance. Who the heck is Satoshi Nakamoto? No one knows for sure, but we do have suspects. The first being Hal Finney. Hal Finney was one of the earliest Bitcoin contributors, the first guy to ever receive a Bitcoin transaction. And if Bitcoin was a rock band, Hal Finney was the original drummer. Sadly, he passed away in 2014, but many believe he could have been the mastermind. He was literally the first person to say, yo, send me some Bitcoin. But maybe he was just texting himself. Next comes up Nick Szabo, a cryptographer that invented BitGold, which was a precursor to Bitcoin. The writing style of Satoshi's posts are curiously similar to Szabo's. Coincidence or just dedicated plagiarism? And if Nick didn't invent Bitcoin, then Satoshi basically copied his homework and got an A+. Then there's poor Dorian Nakamoto, who had the misfortune of, well, having the same last name. Newsweek plastered him as the guy back in 2014, but he kept denying it multiple times. Imagine being accused of inventing $1 trillion asset, but you're just trying to watch Jeopardy in peace. And Dorian always looked more surprised than my grandma when I tried to explain TikTok to her. Next, there's Elon Musk. And of course, the internet just loves to say that Satoshi is Elon. And why is this so? Well, because it's Elon Musk. If the guy can launch rockets, sell flamethrowers, and tank Dogecoin with a tweet, why not secretly invent Bitcoin too? But Elon denies it, and let's be real. If it really was Elon that created Bitcoin, I'm sure we'd get a tweet about it. So was it Hal, Sabo, Dorian, Elon, or a secret government agency? Honestly, that's the mystery at this point. And that's because Bitcoin was designed to be bigger than just one person. So the name doesn't matter. The code does. What do you think? Leave your comments below. Any guesses of who you think it might be? And the truth might never be revealed, and that's the point. Satoshi disappearing could possibly be the best thing that ever happened to Bitcoin. No leader, no face, no single point of failure. And without an identity, Bitcoin does become bigger than any one person. Whether Satoshi is one genius, a group of coders, or maybe it's Tom from MySpace trying to make a comeback. Maybe the real power of Bitcoin is it doesn't really matter. And if you want more mysteries like this, smash that like button below before Satoshi comes back and deletes this channel. Thank you for watching. Cheers.